Okay, we are live on. Good morning, Tracy. Thanks for joining. We are live on Facebook now. Today, we're going to talk about how much to spend on Facebook ad campaigns. So, one of the reasons we're doing this is because we're getting a lot of requests for Facebook ad campaigns because organic reach is very difficult today on social platforms, unless you're on there a lot and you really have a big following. So, a lot of people are asking us for Facebook ad campaigns, and they're very effective. Facebook ad campaigns work. It's just a matter of doing them the right way. And they used to actually be a lot easier when we would create them because there wasn't as much traffic and it wasn't as a crowded space. But as all these social media platforms grow, everything becomes more difficult. But if you do your Facebook ad campaign the correct way and you take the time, they will be very effective. And so for our clients, we've created very effective um, Caveman to Go. Thanks for joining. Very effective Facebook ad campaigns. So first, what we're going to talk about is, everybody always wants to know how much should I spend, right? So what a lot of marketers agree upon is when you're talking about your advertising budget, right? Typically, a marketing budget for any business is anywhere between 5 to 12% of your revenue. Newer companies may want to spend more, right? Maybe closer to 12% because you want to be aggressive and you need to get out there. You don't have a following, so you're going to want to spend more money. But let's say your company's been around for a while and you've got good revenue coming in and you just want to maintain and grow incrementally and people know you already, then good morning, Instagram expert. Then you want to, just keep a steady stream of like 5%, something like that. But it's really important that you know what your budget's going to be. People come up to us and companies come up to us and they say that they want to do a Facebook ad campaign. The first thing we say, well, what is your budget? That's always very difficult for them to say, well, I don't know. Well, how much? And so, we do like to actually show once we create their avatars and we know their demographic and we know how far that these people are going to be advertising. Is it a 30-mile radius for like a dermatology group? Or are we doing, like the entire New York State because it's a septic system? So, you can look on your Facebook ad campaign as you create it to see what kind of audience you're going to get. And so that gives you a good idea. But that's going into a whole nother conversation. So basically you want to keep it somewhere between 5 to 12%, depending on where your business is. So for instance, we have a new business that just came to us and he's in a very competitive market. So we're going to have him put more money towards it because he's in a super competitive market right now. It's a very hot industry. He needs to get out there. We budget $1,200 a day and it always pays off. We know our audience. Thank you, Instagram expert. I can't believe you're on with us. This is an honor. Everybody go follow her, please, the Instagram expert, because she is the best and the bomb. You want to know something, you got to go follow this woman, Sue B. Zimmerman. So she said that they budget $1,200 a day and it always pays off. We know our audience. So that's not a huge budget. And, if that's paying off for her, and that's the other thing too. We can go into, it gets a little complicated. Cost per lead, cost per core event, things like that, customer acquisition. You really kind of have to know those things. Like how much does it cost for you going from a sale to the actual from a lead to the actual conversion? So knowing those numbers are extremely helpful for you. If you have a big ticket item, you're going to have a bigger budget, right? If you have a small ticket item, you're probably going to have a smaller ticket budget. So you have to be a little bit savvier when you're creating your ad campaigns. So anyway, we're talking about 5 to 12% of your ad revenue. And it's different today when we do our Facebook ad campaigns and when we used to do our ad campaigns. You really have to break it down. It's all about the cost per lead for sure. Great, thank you. It's really about separating your ad budget into the different categories, right? So what we want to say is we have the three levels basically of creating your Facebook ad campaign. First, you want to do like your audience building. You want to do engagement and kind of like, your brand awareness. You're going to spend about 20% of your ad budget on that. And then once you gather that information, your next step is going to be an offer promotion, right? You're going to spend the majority of your money, 60% of your budget is going to be for your offer promotion or whatever it is you're trying to, your call to action, what you're trying to grab your people by. You're going to use 60% of your budget for that. Now, these are rounded numbers, but this is a generalized marketing industry consensus. And then what you want to do, which is the best part, is you're going to retarget. Now, we've done different YouTube videos on retargeting. You can look up retargeting on it, but retargeting is the best, right? Because as Social Media Examiner kind of puts it, when you put out a Facebook ad, there's going to be about 3% of people that are going to be like, yep, that's it. Boom, I want that right away. And you're going to see a spike and you're going to be like, wow, this is great. This is working. Then you're going to kind of start to, fade off, especially if you're not running your ad long enough. You have to run your ad a lot longer today than you used to. Consistency is very important in Facebook ad campaigns. And so also what you want to do is once you run that ad, you're going to gather all that information. So you're going to have a certain amount of people that go ahead and buy. Then there's going to be a certain percentage of people, they say about 15%, that are kind of considering it, right? Like they thought about it, they're probably going to do it, but they need like a little bit of persuasion. So you're going to run your Facebook ad campaign a little bit longer, and you're going to target that avatar as well. We talked about making all the different avatars prior. You have to make sure that, you have picked the correct type of person that is going to be going after your ad. It's never just one person. So they use a karate. They use an example of a karate school. So there's going to be the parents that want the kids in karate, the parent that want their kids in a sport, and then the parent that want their kids socialized. There's several different avatars. So you have to make advertisements for that. So then once you grab those 3%, then you continue and you grab the 15%. What you're going to do is you take all that information that because Facebook's gathering all that information for you, right? They're gathering, it's just a database. And then you take all of that they've gathered and you create a retargeting campaign. And that's where you're really going to get those people that were kind of considering, not so sure, and you're going to say, hey, we saw that you saw this ad and you didn't finish filling it out, or hey, you didn't take your 20% off on this, whatever. And because they've already looked at it, they've already considered it, now it's reconsideration. It's the old, 80% of your profit comes from 20% of your clientele, right? That's the retargeting. So you're going to use 20% of your budget on retargeting. So it's going to be 20% on your audience build, 60% on your offer promotion, and then 20% on your retargeting. These are generalized numbers, but they're good ones to go about. A couple things that we've seen over the course of time also is, like I said before, if your Facebook ad campaign is not working, it's probably because one thing is you're not running it long enough. We have some clients that are like, flash sale. Flash sale is okay. You can do that, but you're going to have to put some money behind a flash sale because Facebook is not giving you a lot of time to put it out there, right? And if you don't put much money, they spread you super thin, which is not going to work. Then the other thing is not spending enough money. I mean, it's play to pay. That's what it is. And that's the way that Facebook runs. But if you know your cost per lead and you know how much it costs for conversion, then you'll understand that the money you're putting out there is going to be tripled or quadrupled because you've already done the math for that. And you know that, for the dollar in, you're getting $2 back. That's part of your equation too. Another reason why your Facebook ad campaigns may fail is because you're not picking the right type of campaign. So everybody always says, oh, all the customers always say, well, we want more clients. We just want more money. But you have to understand exactly where you're starting and where you're going to end. So, brand awareness doesn't always necessarily get you, your clients. So brand awareness isn't really the best thing to do. Excuse me. You really need to tell Facebook exactly what you want so that they can help you with your conversion. And if you follow your 3 steps, right? If you follow your 3 steps of educating an audience, building engagement, giving them your offer, and then retargeting, you're going to have a much more successful um, Facebook ad campaign. And lastly, which is really what we do for everybody, is reading the data, right? So that gets very complicated. That's why people hire us. But I mean, there are some basic things that we do send our clients of like how many clicks or like the cost per lead, things like that. They can understand that, how many times people have looked at them, how large the audience is. Of course, we always put pixels on our Facebook pages, and we follow our pixels, and we can follow them on our Google Analytics, so we know what people are doing, right? We can track their behavior and the acquisition. That's really important. But you've got to look at your data and you've got to look at your analytics in order to see either why people are buying or why they're not buying. They could be falling off because it's too complicated. There's too many pages. It could be something simple like that. So it's really important to make sure you're tracking all of your leads. I know we talked about a lot today, but just to wrap up, basically we're saying that you're going to be using 5 to 12% of your advertising, of your revenue for your advertising budget. If you are a company that's been out there, has a great following, and they just are looking to grow, steadily, then 5% advertising each month is great. If you're looking to be aggressive, like you want to make some real money really fast, you're going to have to up your budget. That's just the way that it is. But it should pay off if you do it the right way. And then, you know what? Make sure you do it in your stepwise fashion. Build your audience, offer your promotion, and then retarget. That's going to be the key, the 3 steps for you to have the most successful Facebook ad campaign and to distribute your ad budget the right way. I hope you guys I hope this was helpful. You can always call us. You can always email us at info@starkmediany.com if you have any questions. Instagram expert, Peace, thanks again for joining. You are definitely one of, our gurus, and we're super excited you were on, and we appreciate everything you said. We hope you guys join us next Tuesday. If there's anything you ever want to learn or know about or need help with, we're always here to help. We're always here to answer questions every Tuesday at 10 o'clock for Coffee Talk Tuesday. We hope you have a great day. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And you can always watch all of our videos on YouTube and on our IGTV. All right, guys, stay well. I know COVID's all around us. I hope you all stay healthy and have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining. Bye.